morning, superstars. Today I am really excited to talk to you about a creature I've been seeing a lot lately. It's been a little bit rainy lately, so on my morning walks around the apartment building, I've been seeing these creatures. Sometimes I see them on the floor, sometimes I even see them climbing up walls. Some are big and some are teeny tiny. Can you guess what they are? Yes, they're snails. And I just thought I wanted to learn more about them. And so I went to one of my favorite places to learn more about something. It's a book. And this book is from Miss Jerry. She actually gave it to our classroom. It's called Creepy Creatures, Snails. And I thought it would be the perfect place to start learning all about snails. So this book is called Snails by Monica Hughes. Look at, this is the table of contents. In a book all about something, a nonfiction book that tells all about something, there's a table of contents that tells you which page you can find things on. So the contents here are snails are on page 4, kinds of snails are on page 6, snail bodies are on 8, and the list continues. So if I ever needed to know about one type of thing, for example, if I wanted to learn about new snails, I would look here for new snails, and then I would follow that and I would say, oh, all I have to do is look at page 16. Boys and girls, a table of contents is very helpful when you're doing research or learning more about something so that you can tell other people. So I think I want to read snails at least. Let's start there. Snails. Snails are small animals that live outside. Shell, body. They have soft, slimy bodies and hard shells. What are those things called, those little words on the picture that tell me what they are? Do you remember from your writing? You're right, those are called labels. So here's the shell, they have a label on the shell. And here's the body, they have a label on the body. Awesome. Okay, page 6 to 7 talks about kinds of snails. Right here, this is the title of the page, so it tells us what this page is about. This page is about kinds of snails, and I think it's going to tell me about different kinds of snails. Let's see. There are many different kinds of snails. Here's 1 snail, 2 snails, and 3 snails. Look how different they look. Their shells look different, their bodies look different, they have different colors and shapes. Some snails live on land. Other snails live in the water. Oh my goodness, I learned my first new fact. I've seen snails like this that live on the land. These are the kind that I've seen in my apartment building, but I haven't seen these kind there, and I didn't know that snails could live underwater. That's fascinating. Okay, this title says snail bodies. So we're gonna learn about this part of the snail. A snail's body is called a foot. That's a second fact I've learned. I didn't know that a snail's body is called a foot. A snail can pull its foot into its shell. Its foot into its shell? That's so, is the shell like a shoe for the foot to go into? Is this foot like our foot? Let's learn a little bit more about that. Again, I see a label here, and the label tells me that that body is called a foot. Let's learn about the snail tentacles. Snails have 4 tentacles on their heads. 2 tentacles taste and smell. 2 tentacles taste and smell. I wonder if it's those 2 tentacles that are touching the leaf that can taste and smell. 2 tentacles have eyes. Let's see if my guess was correct. Here's the label that says tasting and smelling tentacle. So I was right, those ones on the bottom are for tasting and smelling. And these 2 on top are the eye tentacle. They help them see. Okay, this is the thing that I really wanted to know about. I saw this slimy path behind the snail, and I really wanted to learn about it. So let's read this page called Snail Trails. Snails move very slowly. They slide along on trails of slimy mucus. There it is. Now I will know when I see that it's a snail trail and it's made of mucus. That's so fascinating. Boys and girls, I really had a lot of questions about snails when I saw them, and this book has really taught me a lot of things that I didn't know. I have a challenge for you this week. I want you to think of something that you might not know about, but you're curious about. You want to know more about it. Just like I was curious about snails, maybe you're curious about squirrels or dogs or vacuums. It could be anything. I want you to think of something you're curious about and then go on Epic and see if you can find a book that tells you all about whatever you're curious about. Just like I found a book that talked about snails, see if there's a book for your topic in Epic. Learn all about it and see if you can find the parts of the book that we talked about. See if you can find a table of contents, some labels, and some titles on your pages. I am very excited to see what you learn. If you want, you can show me all that you learn on Seesaw or through Parent Square. I can't wait to see. All right, boys and girls, have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later.